Luxury cars, private jets, designer clothes, millions of followers. To the internet, he looked untouchable. Every post screamed success. Every photo showed wealth beyond imagination. But behind the glamorous lifestyle, investigators say there was a dark secret, a global fraud network, millions of dollars, fake identities, cybercrime. His name was Ramon Olorunwa Abbas, but the world knew him as Hush Puppy. This is the rise and fall of one of the most controversial internet celebrities of the modern era. The rest is in before the luxury lifestyle, before the private jets, before the millions of followers. There was a young man growing up in Nigeria. Ramon Olorunwa Abbas was born in Lagos State in 1982. Life was not easy. Like many young people growing up in difficult economic conditions, he wanted more. More money, more status, more recognition, but nobody could have predicted how far that ambition would eventually go. Very little is publicly known about his early years, and maybe that mystery helped create the legend. Because years later, the internet would meet a completely different version of Ramon Abbas. The rest is in, by the mid-2010s, Hush Puppy had become an internet sensation. His Instagram page looked like a movie. Rolls Royces, Ferraris, luxury hotels, designer shopping sprees. Every photo showed a life most people could only dream about. Millions followed him online. To many fans, he represented success without limits. He called himself the Billionaire Gucci Master. But there was one major question nobody could answer. Where did the money come from? Hush Puppy claimed he was a businessman and real estate developer, but critics weren't convinced. Online discussions exploded. Some admired him. Others believed he represented a dangerous culture built around internet fraud and fake lifestyles. Yet, despite the criticism, his fame only continued to grow. The more people talked about him, the bigger he became. The rest is in behind the luxury lifestyle. Investigators say something much darker was happening. Authorities later accused Hush Puppy of participating in sophisticated cybercrime schemes known as business email compromise scams. These scams targeted businesses, banks, and organizations around the world. Criminals would allegedly impersonate trusted officials, tricking victims into sending massive amounts of money into fraudulent accounts. According to investigators, millions of dollars moved through international networks connected to these scams, and while victims suffered devastating financial losses, Hush Puppy continued posting luxury photos online almost every single day. To his followers, he looked unstoppable, but investigators were already watching. The rest is in Dubai became the center of Hush Puppy's empire. Surrounded by luxury cars, designer brands, and five-star hotels, he appeared to be living the perfect life. Social media turned him into a celebrity. Every post attracted attention. Every photo created headlines. But according to authorities, his online lifestyle may have exposed more than he realized. Investigators reportedly tracked financial activity, online communications, and digital evidence over time. Piece by piece, the case against him was growing. And then everything changed. And his quote, "Before sunrise, Dubai police launched a massive operation targeting an alleged international cybercrime network. Multiple suspects were arrested, luxury apartments were raided, electronic devices were seized, millions of dollars in assets were reportedly recovered. Among those arrested was Hush Puppy. Images from the operation spread rapidly across the internet. The same man who once showed off endless luxury online was now sitting in police custody. The internet was shocked. But for investigators, this was only the beginning. And his quote, "Soon after his arrest, Hush Puppy was transferred to the United States to face federal charges. Prosecutors accused him of participating in international money laundering conspiracies connected to cyber fraud schemes. Court documents described complex financial operations involving fake identities, fraudulent transfers, and global transactions. Investigators allege that hundreds of millions of dollars were linked to the network. In 2021, Hushpuppi pleaded guilty to conspiracy to engage in money laundering. The case became international news. Around the world, people debated the meaning of his rise and fall. Was he a symbol of internet deception, or a warning about society's obsession with wealth and appearances? One thing was certain: the illusion had collapsed. Why? In November 2022, a U.S. federal judge sentenced Hushpuppi to more than 11 years in prison. He was also ordered to pay restitution to victims connected to the fraud schemes. The sentence marked the dramatic end of an online empire built on luxury, fame, and influence. For years, millions admired his lifestyle. But now, the reality behind that image had been exposed. The private jets, the designer clothes, the luxury lifestyle, none of it could protect him from the consequences. The story of Hushpuppi is bigger than social media fame. It reveals the dark side of internet culture, a world where appearances matter more than truth, a world where people chase validation, sometimes at any cost. Online, success can be carefully edited, photos can be staged, luxury can become an illusion, but eventually, reality catches up. For years, Hushpuppi built an image that millions admired. But in the end, investigators say that same image helped expose everything. Because no matter how perfect a lifestyle may appear online, the truth always leaves traces behind. And eventually, every empire built on deception falls. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more true crime documentaries. And remember, not everything you see online is real.